episode of the Sports Shed podcast. I am your host, Efren. To my immediate right is Zachary. To our right on the screen there is the other Zach, which we call him Ionetta or Iachetta, whichever
We're
you
good.
guys feel like calling him. He's good with it. And of course, to my immediate left there on the screen is Tigo. How's it going, gentlemen?
Squip pippity kippity dippity doo. It's great.
We're good. We're good.
All right. So
Yeah, we're good.
we're gonna get started right now. And we're just gonna go jump right in. We were gonna talk about real quick about the AFC championship
Tigo,
game.
leave and then come back. I'm not seeing you. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and start off. First we'll be end up talking about the AFC championship game. Then we'll be talking about the NFC championship game. Excuse me. But first off, I just want to mention three of our co-hosts here are not available. Jack is not here. He just came back from
Why is
practice.
he not like disappearing?
Why is he not disappearing? What is going on with this app today?
I don't know.
I don't know. But Tigo should be joining us shortly. We're going to
Okay.
Am I
there
good?
he is.
Am I good?
You're good. You're good. I was
Oh.
just
I gotta give it a couple minutes to see if you come in.
we're just here trying to get a little bit figure out our technical difficulties here. But in the meantime, before we start
I
talking
got
about
him.
you guys got him?
All right.
I got
All
him.
right.
He's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, Tigo. All right, but
All right.
before we go into the real quick to the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game, the first thing I want to just talk about is how by the way, the other two gentlemen that is missing is Keith. He's feeling a bit under the weather for the last couple of days,
As well as Jason.
as well as Jason. But those two are sick for different reasons. Keith is actually physically sick. He's a bit under the weather. Jason, on the other hand, is sick to his stomach. His Detroit Lions actually lost to a rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels, and the Washington Commanders in the divisional playoffs. They actually lost by 2 touchdowns. The Detroit Lions wanted revenge from the 1991 NFC Championship game between the Detroit Lions and the Washington, back then, the Redskins. Yes, folks, I did say 1991, and these Lion fans, especially our boy Jason, wanted revenge, which is almost 3 decades ago. That's a long time to hold a grudge. One would think he's actually Puerto Rican like I am, but he's not. But he still likes to hold grudge. What can I say, people? Jared Goff turned the ball over 4 times, 3 picks, 1 lost fumble. The Lions actually turned the ball over a total of 5 times. Both offenses was really well. But at the end of the day, the Commanders actually took care of business, and the rookie quarterback as well over the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions just likes to make history, but on the wrong side of history. They went 0-16 one year. Now this year, they were Super Bowl or bust. Clearly, it's bust with all 4 letters capitalized with a couple of exclamation points at the end. But Jason, it's okay. We told you, brother. We are welcoming you into our family, into our fraternity. We told you we were not gonna let this go. We told you that we were gonna let you have it if something happened. And the only one that actually predicted the Commanders beating the Lions was actually Tigo. So first of all, Tigo,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Congratulations on being the only person to actually pick the Commanders over the Lions. Tigo, real quick, because you mentioned something about asking for a friend or something. What was your question again for everybody out there?
Okay, so one of my friends was just asking, like, he didn't see Jason on the show the last time, so he was just asking if Jason is all right and just making sure he's all right and not ill or nothing, or missing or running through the woods naked or something, going crazy.
He might be, he might be like Chris Tucker on Friday, running around and being stuck in a bird cage, or in a chicken coop. But Jason, listen, man, it's not the end of the world.
It's not.
If you can get by through the season going 0-16, You can get through this. It's okay, man. But I'll tell you what, bud. I've got Dr. Phil. I've got Oprah on speed dial if you need to speak to someone, okay? Or if you need us to sing a song with you, Kumbaya, my Lord, or, whatever, bro. We have a bunch of shoulders here. So if you need to cry on any of us, bro, we're here for you, brother. Especially Keith. I know that Keith will be willing to open his arms and give you a great big hug and make you feel better.
It just has to be warm weather. If it's not warm weather, don't expect a hug.
Or indoors.
Yeah, or indoors.
Indoors with a roof. So with that being said, but just real quick, Tigo, I just wanted to make sure that I did call the police. And they are putting out a bolo on Jason. And for those of you that are unaware of what bolo is be on the lookout. And if you guys go to a few of our shows, you know what he would look like. If you guys can print some posters out, some
missing in action posters,
and put them out in the area. I believe somewhere in the Kentucky area.
Yep.
Yes, please, Jason. Hit us up, text us, say something, but we just want to make sure that you're okay because we have not heard from you, my friend, since the game. So I hope that you are okay mentally, spiritually, physically, and
we hope you're not selling them Star Wars collection stuff you got, thinking that it's gonna work.
Or the other thing you can do is like SpongeBob told Ken Lampton in the movie. Good luck with that. So with that being said, we're gonna move right along into the
golf
AFC.
for MVP.
Huh? What was that, Tigo?
Golf for MVP.
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
Yo,
that's so disrespectful, bro.
Bro, come on, man. You know what?
Nah, it's Aiden Hutchinson. It's Aiden Hutchinson.
You know what he did? He pulled a Sam Donald. Is what he did. He pulled a Sam Donald. Okay, they both had great seasons, and then all of a sudden, the real Jared Goff and the real Sam Donald
would you please
showed up. And then you know what?
You know what's even more funny? He stood up, but when he stood up, he turned into the quarterback from the longest yard. With the popcorn Butterfingers, bro.
With the oh man, I was just eating popcorn. That's what you're not.
No, I was eating popcorn. Yeah, you should have showed up for the tree outs.
That's a good one.
That's right. Hey, Jared Goff, don't eat buttered popcorn before the game.
Before the game.
That's all. You know what? That's fate, because at the end of the season, when the Lions beat the Vikings in the regular season to win the division, Dan Campbell told Kevin O'Connor, the head coach of the Vikings, says, "I'll see you in 2 weeks." Yeah, in Orlando, Florida, watching the Pro Bowl. That's what you're gonna be doing, buddy. You're joining the rest of us, bro. All right, you're joining the rest of us.
They're going to that TPG thing for Tiger Woods' golfing event.
Oh my gosh, bro! Come on, man. That's insane, man.
Sorry, Jason. We don't.
Let us know if anybody put any comments out there. But in the meantime, we're gonna move along into the AFC Championship game. The Bills once again handed a loss by Patrick Mahomes. I mean the Kansas City Chiefs, and
the refs
earlier. Nah, come on, man. I know you guys want to keep saying the ref. You know what, though? Here's the thing. Okay, at the end of the game, or towards the end of the game, okay, Josh Allen backpedaling threw a pass, and the receiver dropped it. And I believe that would have brought them into field goal range and tied the game. So you know what? They still, you guys can blame the refs. You guys can say whatever you want. But at the end of the day, Josh Allen still had an opportunity, okay, to at least tie the game and potentially take it into overtime.
His team let him down.
So anybody can talk about whatever they want. But at the end of the day, Zach, you called it beautifully. Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. You are a tax write-off for Patrick Mahomes, because like he said, the DNA said on Maury is Patrick Mahomes, you are the father. All right.
Yes, sir.
So
Right.
meet your new daddy. Listen, I went to Buffalo State College for 4 years. I saw the 4 years that Buffalo Bills won. I mean, I'm sorry, that lost the 4 straight Super Bowls. I wanted them to win one. But at the end of the day, until Patrick Mahomes retires, Buffalo Bills, listen, just enjoy the ride.
Nah, see, I don't buy that one. I
What?
think
By what?
I think Josh Allen might actually get it done next year.
No,
I think
It's
he might
Buffalo.
actually get it done.
it's Buffalo.
Listen, have you ever heard of the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray? You know how that
Yeah,
day repeats
once every
over
40 years.
over and over and over again. Well, right now, Josh Allen is Bill Murray.
Dude,
Okay,
how
in
can
that
he s-
movie, and it's
How can
every. I'm not talking about regular season. Okay,
Yeah,
regular
yeah.
season he owns Patrick Mahomes. I'll give you that as far as wins is concerned. But you know what? The regular season doesn't matter. It's the postseason. Okay,
Right.
and right now, Patrick Mahomes is ahead of Josh Allen. See, Josh Allen is Peyton Manning, and Patrick Mahomes is Tom Brady.
I got a
That's
better
what-
one. I got a better one. Patrick Mahomes makes Josh Allen look like Phillip Rivers
Bro.
to Eli
A lot of
Manning.
Phillip- The thing is, there's a lot of Philip Rivers in the AFC. I mean,
Yeah, true.
I'm not gonna say Josh Allen, but somebody in the AFC. will
Herbert.
get- could be Herbert if they get some weapons. Could be Lamar. Could be Allen. You know, if Joe Burrow gets in the playoffs, I'm not counting him out. Like, they're not gonna win it every year, but like, there's gonna be a lot of years where the Chiefs will probably win it. So
I wonder how
Yeah,
many
like
times
I
I want. Sorry.
So wait, real quick. So Keith, I understand he's gonna defend Jason. I get it. But he types in his team went further than everyone's teams except Jack's. True.
That don't matter.
That's true. We're not denying that.
I will give you that.
He's coming home with
But-
us. He's on the
Not
cover.
You know,
denying that.
But the thing is, we didn't lose to a rookie quarterback. That's big.
My team lost to a quarterback, our own quarterback.
Now, I will say this. Zachary brought this up earlier. I will say this though. Okay, the Detroit Lions defense was decimated with injuries. I believe either 18 or 19 players was on the IR.
Listen,
So
we ain't
I'm
gonna
gonna-
make no excuses. They made the playoffs.
I'm not
No,
gonna
that's
make-
bad.
I'm not
No,
gonna
that's
make any
bad
excuses.
though. That's
but,
bad
But
though.
eventually, that was going to catch up. Aaron
Yeah,
Glenn did
yeah,
a
we knew it
beautiful
was gonna
job
catch
throughout
up
the
to that.
regular season. But at the same token, though, when you give up, when you turn the ball over 5 times, you're not going to win. You're not gonna
That's
win. I
what
don't
made them
care.
lost. That 5
That's why
turnovers.
they
That's
lost.
what made
The
them
5
lost.
turnovers, 4 by Sam Donald. I mean, Jared Goff. Okay.
Exactly.
Like I
Yeah.
said, like I said,
The-
I'm not
the
really
MVP,
giving Jared
the
Goff all the
MVP.
problem because
I wouldn't give him all the problems.
like I said, Russell Wilson, he had a terrible game against Green Bay. He had 4 interceptions himself, but the defense came through. I mean, you give up 45 points, like no matter like you're not gonna win the game. Like that's all I'm gonna say. But
that is true. But
Well, I mean, there's
But
an
what I-
exception. There is an
what I-
exception to that, what you just said, Zach. The Saints beat the New York Giants 49-45 back when Odell Beckham Jr.'s rookie year.
okay.
Fun fact. That's
All right.
just I don't know. I was just
Anyway, all I'm gonna say is to that response of his team went further. I'm gonna be like, at the end of the day, like we're all losers. Like all of
Yeah,
our teams are
Basically.
So I
Damn right.
I don't really take that
damn it,
comment too
man.
much because all of our teams suck anyway.
Right.
You know. So
I mean,
Me
Jack-
and me
again,
and,
but
and
I
me
agree,
and
Jack-
Tigos are the worst.
yeah, the only one that's that's enjoying the last 4 or 5 years is Jack. So
Right.
you know, God bless
Right.
that man. You know, have fun, roll with
Wait.
it, bro. You know?
Wait, you're telling me he's having more fun than Dallas Cowboy fans?
Bro, see,
Mhm.
the Dallas Cowboys keep getting talked about. You're the one that keeps
Bringing
them
it up, bro. Just you,
Dude, I
bro.
gotta throw digs at the Cowboy fans, bro.
We can do that in a little bit,
See, this is why Jerry Jones and the Cowboys keep getting mentioned because you feel like you need to throw salt on them, and you're actually still giving them like a voice, or like you're the reason you're keeping them alive.
True. But enough about the Detroit Lions and Jason and the fans and everything. Just you know what? Pull up a seat and just join us in the losers
Yeah,
lounge.
join the train ride.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what.
Hop on.
Hop on, brother.
Hop
Don't worry
on.
about it. Listen, kumbaya, malo. You know, that's all. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I don't think we said anything, but I I I think Zach won the fantasy league this year, right?
No, Jason.
No,
did.
Jason did.
I took
Oh,
second.
congratulations to Jason on that one.
Mhm.
Finally dethroned the king right here. Me.
Bro, hold on. I gotta read something that Keith put on the chat because the cheats, not the Chiefs, the cheats
Damn
on
right.
the NFL's team, they need the next Tom Brady. Bro, listen, all I'm gonna know is this. I'm gonna just tell
Yeah,
Jack, look,
bro.
Jack, you can't be
tell
on
him,
the
bro.
show with us. I'm gonna send you the link because you're gonna need to start defending. Well, actually, he doesn't really have to defend. All he has to do is just show the rings. That's all he's got to do. So, well, with that being said, we know now that Detroit lost, Bills lost to the Chiefs, and then in the NFC Championship, the Commanders had a fantastic season. But unfortunately, they got blown out by the Eagles with 7 rushing touchdowns. Saquon Barkley had actually 3. He had 115 yards rushing. I think with only 15 carries, if I remember correctly. So at the end of the day, the defense held them to 23 points. The offense just ran it down their throats. It was very efficient, and the Eagles took care of business. That was just that simple, And at the end of the day, it's going to be a repeat. It was going to be a rematch from a few years ago, the Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm just going to leave it up to everyone here. Tigo, I'll let you start. Who do you have?
Can I go first?
You know what? I'm going to let Tigo. Tigo, you want to go first?
Yeah, Tigo, you can go first.
Hey,
you can
Eagles or Chiefs?
Listen.
That's going to be the competition. Eagles or Chiefs? Go right ahead.
All right, I'm going to Eagles. Why? Saquon Barkley. End the story. Saquon Barkley is going to carry this team to the Super Bowl. I also don't care if Saquon Barkley gets 10 yards in this game. He better get the Super Bowl MVP. I'm gonna be serious because he's carried the team. I get it, obviously, but I'm just glad that I was right the whole time, man. I'm just glad I was right because Zach won't remember this, but I wanted the Giants to take Saquon Barkley at 2 because I knew he was that good of a running back, and I'm just glad. And I'm just glad that he went to a team that actually shows how good of a running back and how much of a beast that dude is. I always had a feeling that Saquon Barkley was the second best running back prospect to come out of college besides Barry Sanders.
I give you that.
And I'm gonna be honest, if the Eagles win this Super Bowl and it's because of Saquon Barkley, I would consider this the best running back season ever in NFL history.
I will. I don't know.
That's my opinion.
He did.
That's my opinion.
Some incredible plays. He did some incredible plays.
Yeah,
he did get 2,000 yards.
I would say this is the best running back performance ever in the history of the NFL.
I don't think any of those running backs have won a Super Bowl those years, or
Nope.
even had the performances that he's had in these playoffs.
Well,
So I can't really argue.
OJ Simpson didn't. Derrick
We
Henry
don't.
did.
Nope. Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith did.
Adrian Peterson
I think the same year. Adrian Peterson didn't.
Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson didn't. So I don't think
LT didn't.
Didn't he have hasn't he had 150 in every single game in these playoffs?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Yep.
What Saquon? No,
Saquon's 3 yards off of breaking the postseason record for rushing yards.
I think that alone
Listen,
speaks for itself.
Listen, I'm going with Eagles too, and just because of that reason, also that running back. If that kid breaks just 2 tackles and get a 2 touch, I must say, if he get 2 touchdowns, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Here's another one. You ready?
Yeah.
The Eagles run an outside zone type of rush offense. Who's the best run defenseman on the Chiefs?
I mean, Chandler Jones. in the
besides
middle.
Chandler
Yep.
Jones. Oh, and by the way,
Chandler Jones, he's an
Saquon-
inside
just real quick,
defensive lineman.
Just real quick, Saquon Barkley had 100. He had 118 yards against the Commanders.
3 touchdowns, right?
But he only
3
had 15
touchdowns.
carries. But he only had, so that's just
They
under
sat
2
him
yards
for the
per
last
carry.
2 quarters.
He had 100.
Yeah, they didn't have to run him. That's the reason. They already had a huge lead. But go ahead, Cheddar.
Yeah, so they run an outside zone type run offense, and the Chiefs aren't going to stop it, man.
Don't forget. They
I mean, you
got
never know.
they got
can
a
start
two-head
throwing
snake.
holes.
But listen, I love Spags. Spags is probably my favorite defensive coordinator ever in the NFL.
Arguably the best.
Italian. He won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants.
Giants, yeah.
One.
One. Just one. And then the last 3 with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I only know this because they keep saying it every time they're in
Was
the
it
Chiefs.
was it one?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
one with the Giants.
Just one.
They say
Oh,
he's the
okay.
most winning coordinator in NFL history with 4 when they said 1 and then 3.
Would I give him a head coaching job? Never. He's not a good head coach.
He tried it with the St. Louis Rams when the
Yup.
Rams were back in St. Louis.
Why leave the Chiefs?
Right.
I'm not leaving the Chiefs.
I'm not leaving the Chiefs.
But,
you already
but-
got money.
if there's a team that I think could try to mitigate Saquon Barkley's outside running, it would probably be Spags.
The thing is, you never know. The refs could just start throwing holds for Philly. Like,
Oh yeah, that too,
you never know.
100%.
You never
That
know.
too, 100%.
You see, my thing is,
Holds on AJ Brown and stuff.
I do think the Eagles have a very good chance because the Bills found success to run against them,
Yup.
and nobody's had a better run game than the Eagles. You know,
Yep.
it's
You have
just
to- Eagles got the best running back in the game.
I think the Chiefs are going to win simply because I think they're going to get some calls, and I think Patrick Mahomes is just going to do what Patrick Mahomes does. If it's a low-scoring game, he's not going to, he'll come through when he needs to come through. If it's a high-scoring game, like it was against the Bills, he'll find a way to put up 30 points. I
don't
want
know.
the Eagles to win, but I think the Chiefs are going to win. I mean,
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't want the Eagles to win at all, but I mean, it just is what it is.
So you're picking, but on the record,
I am picking the Eagles. Yes, I am
Okay.
picking the Eagles.
and Zachary, who you picking?
I'm going Chiefs for those reasons, but I do think the Eagles. I want them to win, and I do think that they have a very good chance to win because of their run game.
Tigo?
I'm going with Eagles.
Let me make this clear.
Just because of Barkley.
Let me make this clear. I don't want them to win, but I believe they are going to win.
All
I
right,
mean,
hold
if-
on. We're not having this jockeying back and forth. I don't want them, but I'm gonna
Right.
He's a Giants fan. It
pick.
makes sense.
Okay, but pick
The
one.
Eagles. The Eagles.
Eagles. Okay,
I said the
all right,
Eagles.
all right.
He just don't want him to win. It's like
Okay.
I think the Chiefs are going to win, but I don't want him to win.
So Keith said that. Remember you know what? I'm just gonna quote him. Okay, remember the cheats have yet to be called for holding in a single Super Bowl that they've won.
Mhm.
Now I'm gonna take his word for
That's
it.
true.
You know, statistically speaking, I'm gonna
that's
take his
true.
word for it. But so okay.
Oh, but let me just add too. The ones where they were getting called, they actually played Tom Brady. in
Exactly.
the Super Bowl.
And they lost.
exactly.
Which I find funny.
So for me, I'm picking the Chiefs, and for the simple fact that it's what Zachary said. I mean, they find a way to win. If it's a low scoring game, so be it. If it's a touchdown they need or a field goal, so be it. If it's a high scoring game like they did with Buffalo and they just needed a field goal and in possession, that's what they're gonna do. Listen, until someone outside of Tom Brady beats Patrick Mahomes.
Joe Burrow.
But listen.
No, you're right.
Correct you.
No, you know what? I thank you. Unless you're Joe Burrow or Tom Brady, all I'm gonna say is that I'm picking the Chiefs because no one else has been able to beat those guys.
This is what Philly's gonna do, right? Saquon is gonna be a decoy for most of the time, and it's gonna be Hurts who's running the ball. I mean, he's gonna run the ball. Don't get me wrong, he's gonna run the ball. But you see what they was doing with Washington, right? They was using them as a thing, making them think that Saquon was gonna run and Hurts was running.
Yeah, that's why he passed for two. I agree. That's why he passed for, I believe, 248 yards.
I do. The Commanders' defense is really bad, but I do think that the Eagles will find success running it, just not at that level. Like the Chiefs will have enough stops like throughout the game, and I think Patrick Mahomes is going to come through with
I don't
enough points.
I
to
don't
win.
I don't believe that.
It literally
I don't
happens
believe
every
that.
year. What do you mean you don't believe it? It happens
Every year.
You could say you don't think it's going to happen, or
I don't think it's gonna
But like
happen.
you can't say you don't believe it. Like it's possible. It happens every year.
Look at the end of the end of
Those
the
foo
day.
foo
there's
fans
a
can
stat-
kick rocks.
There's a stat that shows last game that the Chiefs they've made NFL history where they've won the most single possession games like in a row. Like 16
I believe it's either 16 or 17.
because of
I
their win.
forget.
Like,
I forget which one.
They find a way.
That's all that matters. Listen.
Well, not last game. That's not last game.
I mean, you guys can literally,
possible.
you guys can, and I get it. Listen, we can pick and choose about the refs and everything. And listen, outside of the Chiefs, you can do that in every single game. Literally, you can do that.
Pass interference.
You can do that in every single game. But the difference is that they're getting the job done at the end of the day. And I get it. Listen, I'll be frustrated too if I'm playing the Chiefs and they're not calling holding or offensive pass interference or defensive pass interference. I get it. I'd be upset too. But at the end of the day, it goes both ways because I remember that Pacheco, the running back, or one of the players offensively for the Chiefs, it was an actual face mask and by the Buffalo Bills and the
they didn't call it.
Never called it. They didn't call it. So again,
I seen that.
Finally.
No. Come on. There's no finally. You know that if we actually watch an entire game with the Chiefs, there are going to be calls that don't get called on the Chiefs and it gets favored by the other team. The reason why it just stands out so much is because they're actually winning. If they weren't winning, then the likelihood is it wouldn't be pointed out. Listen, John Madden on one of the games with Pat Summerall, you remember Tigo on CBS, right? And on Fox eventually. John Madden said you can call holding literally on every single play. Every single play.
100%.
100%. It just happens that because the Chiefs are winning, it's just polarized a little bit.
And the flags are staying in the pocket for the Chiefs. It's you know what I mean? It's okay. Oh, while we're on the Super Bowl topic, am I all good to come over for the Super Bowl?
We might not even have a party.
We might not have a Super Bowl party this year, bro.
But you can come over.
Oh man.
Yeah, mom don't want to deal with all the setting up.
Yeah, she's been doing it for so long that she just wants to.
You can come over though.
You can still come over.
I can still come chill.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna be there till like halftime because I gotta work,
bruh. Oh, you'll make tip though. You'll make bank.
I better.
Yeah. Hey, listen. So there was a couple of more comments that Keith wrote, and I'm gonna quote him. Chiefs
typing a lot.
The reps, and Tay Eagles have no chance. The second one is they're getting the job done with help from the Zebras. He just sent this one. He just sent this one. It's because of when the calls go their way, which is the end of the game at crucial moments. All right.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
I agree. I agree.
Listen, I get what you're saying. I get it, but at the end of the day, they still get the job done because there have been other teams in other moments where they get calls their way and they don't finish the job. It's just that Patrick Mahomes just happens to finish the job. Oh, so
that W.
So we have, just for the record, Zachary and I, this Zachary, by the way, are picking the Chiefs.
Jack's picking the Chiefs, I'm sure.
And Jack is picking the Chiefs.
Keith's picking the Chiefs.
And
who was that?
Who?
Keith's picking the Chiefs.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh,
just real quick. Hold on.
He did say Chiefs.
Wait,
he said the
he's been
Chiefs.
complaining about the Chiefs. So Tigo and Zach, Cheddar, folks, is picking the Eagles. Okay, Keith, I know you're watching.
He said it.
Yeah, you said the Chiefs.
He said the Chiefs.
Oh, you're picking the cheats?
Yeah, but saying they're going to cheat away.
Oh, they're going to cheat. All right.
I mean,
okay, but realistically, though, okay, Keith.
I think he is being realistic.
No, Keith, realistically, though, exclude the refs just for a moment and be practical. who are you generally believe will win the game? Genuinely.
I think that is.
The
So
Chiefs.
I'm gonna wait for his response, but he's gonna say the cheats.
He's gonna say the same thing.
So that's basically it. So at the end of the day, that's what I know he's oh, here we go. Like he said, I pick the cheats.
But you know what would make it sweet too? If Eagles do win, they're in the same division as Giants. So that makes that our division is the toughest division in the NFL. I'm telling you.
Hey
I think
Keith.
that's a ref. I don't know.
Keith, I'm gonna ask you, is the name Ron Torbert, is that an official? I'm going to assume it is unless you tell me otherwise. So at the end of the day, though, we've got 4 Chiefs, 2 Eagles. We would ask our boy Jason, but I think he's somewhere in the mountains with no Wi-Fi.
We gotta call Chuck Norris to come in. Come look for him.
Yo, my man went 3 decades back and said Chuck Norris. Yo,
we gotta bring Chuck Norris.
The Texas Ranger?
Yeah,
the Texas Ranger,
bro.
So yes, Ron Torbert is the official that Keith is referring to.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change the subject. Let's get into the NFL hiring coaches, and I want to start first.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your favorite team signing Carroll?
Is that question to me?
Yes,
I love it.
I just want to confirm it.
Favorite team signing, your favorite coach.
Your coach.
All right. So Pete Carroll was hired by the Las Vegas Raiders.
Who?
Thank you. Exactly. And how do I feel about this? I'm gonna be very genuine with everybody. I don't like it. I actually don't like it. I like it from the perspective that for now, they actually had a brain. They put some thought into it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did, bro. They hired Pete Carroll. Let it go, bro. All right. That's
Does it tarnish Pete Carroll's legacy as a Seahawk?
No.
It doesn't tarnish his legacy as a Seahawk, being there for 14 years, the most decorated head coach, and then Mike Holmgren, and then Chuck Knox. But if he turns that team around, I would you would have to consider definitely Pete Carroll as one of the best or greatest coaches of all time, because just for turning this pathetic 3-decade non-existing organization. Okay. I want him to have success because Pete Carroll is a Seahawk. Okay. But at the same time, I don't want him to have success because that means that the Raiders would have success. And in my opinion, if he has all the people in play, first of all, he needs a quarterback. Okay. But I have mixed feelings about this hiring. Most of it is I don't like it because I don't want Pete Carroll's career to be tarnished. And if his career is tarnished, as God is my witness, and I'm telling you this right now on this show, if the Raiders, if you ruin my man's career, I'm coming for you till the day they bury me in the grave. I'm telling you now.
So you better
I don't think
you better
really
suit up.
I don't think he really can. Like it's similar to Marshawn.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think he just wanted to collect the check.
He just wanted to coach again.
Oh no, he does. He made it clear he's always wanted to coach. That's not something he even. So, just real quick, I'm sorry. Keith said, "Would you be mad if he wins a Super Bowl with them and you guys don't?" Well, the answer.
Can I speak for myself?
Oh,
because
knock yourself out. Your turn.
mean, I'm younger, so I don't have the history that he has with the Raiders.
True.
I personally don't have a problem with the Raiders, because they've been irrelevant my whole life.
Yeah, same.
And
yeah.
I mean, so I look at it like I like Pete Carroll, and I don't have a problem with the Raiders. So for me, I would have no problem with it. But I just find it funny because, like, I know how he feels about him. So it's funny to me.
So if Pete Carroll turns the Raiders around. Kudos to Pete Carroll, Hall
Can
of
I
Famer.
ask you this? Can I ask this?
Sure. Wow, everybody
Did
wants
they
that.
did they give him full control like how Harbaugh got
No,
in
because
charges?
no, they didn't. As far as I know, I think it's just the coaching part of it. They give him a 3-year contract because they ended up hiring a new general manager. He was an assistant general manager.
Oh, general
from Tampa Bay.
I feel like he'll have some say though, and at least like as a head coach, you do try to build your team.
Yes,
and you say like, I'd like these players to fit with my like scheme and the way I want to run things. So.
You know, I've read that they said like Tom Brady has something to his hiring.
I believe I doesn't he have part ownership?
Yeah, he had 10.
So Tom Brady, so
Tom
Tom Brady has part ownership, but he's in full control of football operations.
No, the general manager is my
that's what Tom. He's in control of hiring the GM. He's in control of hiring.
Oh,
okay.
He's in control of it.
This is what I read. The GM that just came in
was a Tom Brady hire.
Yep, that was Tom Brady boy.
That's why I think it is kind of good because it's like I think Pete Carroll and Tom Brady like I feel like they both know like what it takes. Like, and I feel like they'll get on the same page, and I could see a turnaround for the Raiders now. Right? Can I say a funny fact though? Before, well, if you guys have something to say, I have a funny fact at the end that I want to say about the Raiders. But
go ahead, Cheddar. You got something to say? Yeah. All right. Okay. So before Zachary does, I'm gonna say this real quick. Okay. I do want Pete Carroll to succeed. I really do, man. I was hoping it was never with the Raiders. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real, man.
It will hurt you.
I was hoping the Bears. I know you.
Honestly, it's not gonna hurt me because I will be happy for Pete Carroll. That's the reason why it wouldn't hurt me for Pete Carroll.
I'm saying you would have preferred the Bears.
I definitely would have. I definitely would have preferred the Bears.
Absolutely. Yeah, but everybody knew Ben Johnson was gonna go to the Bears.
But we'll get to that in a minute. But at the end of the day, so there are some people that I know that are Raiders fans, and you all know who you are.
There's Raider fans?
Yeah, there are some Raider fans. Yep. At the old camp that I used to go to for the last 8 years. So there's some Raiders fans. So Sean and Mike, if you do have success, it took a Seahawks coach for you to be successful. It took a 7-time Super Bowl champion to have part ownership for you to be successful. Because your owner, Al Davis' son, is an idiot. It's a moron, and somebody tell him to stop putting a bowl over his head and getting a haircut with a bowl.
Chucky looking dude.
Chances that the Raiders sign Aaron Rodgers. That's not what I want to say, but I just had that thought.
I'm going to answer that one. Pete Carroll.
I can answer it.
Pete Carroll, you want to have success to start right away. You stay away from the prima donna.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they would either go Justin Fields or Sam Darnold.
Did you see his stats though? I was kind of surprised to see that I thought his stats were going to be a lot worse, Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, that's just a thought. Anyways,
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is leaving the Jets. I think Aaron Glenn's going to talk him into staying.
I just don't know where. Okay, so here's my interesting fact: the Raiders are not paying one head coach for this season. They're actually paying 4. They're paying John Gruden. They're paying Antonio Pearson, the guy in between them, and now they're paying Pete Carroll.
So you're telling me the Raiders are just like basically a credit union?
That's why I would have stayed with Antonio Pierce because like this is like insane.
So just real quick, I want to say what Keith wrote on the chat. He said after he asked me if Pete Carroll wins the Super Bowl with the Raiders and then we don't win it again. This what I meant that by saying if he wins and you guys let him go when he still has something left, would you be mad at that? No, I wouldn't be mad. Only because I think Zachary and I talked about it. I think we needed to move on from Pete Carroll as much as I love the guy. It's just that he just became predictable. Not going for it. Certain situations, he's always punting.
In other words, what Efren is trying to say is that he became outdated. And in order for him to be successful in Oakland, No,
My
I meant
face.
what I said. I meant what I said.
Okay.
Is he needs to adapt. He needs to try to evolve his coaching method a little bit, or it's just going to be a failure. This is just is what it is. But first of all, he needs a quarterback. He 100% needs a quarterback.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. I think he's in a pretty good situation, obviously, with Tom Brady and knowing. I think he'll, I don't know, at least be all right. At his responsibilities. I just think for me personally, watching Seattle, like we were just in a state of mediocrity after that Super Bowl.
And after LB,
We couldn't win a playoff game, but we made appearances. We were winning like 10-ish games. I just felt he was just too passive at times for me. Like I didn't want Dan Campbell, but I wanted to like, hey, 4th and 2, let's go for it. Like, come on, man. Like, just because that's how he was at USC, if I'm not mistaken. He was actually.
I mean, the most
stuff.
Dan,
believe it or not, Dan Campbell was not the most aggressive coach this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the.
Nah, it was Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
It was Dan Quinn.
It's either it was 83 or 84% success
That's
rate in
crazy.
4th down.
But
That's crazy, and he went for it like 61% of the time.
But that's how I felt with Pete Carroll. I just wanted somebody different, and I like our new head coach.
I like Mike McDonald.
I feel the same way about Geno Smith. Like I know he'll play well, he'll get us 10 wins, but he's not the franchise like 4 or 5 years from now. That's why I want them to take a quarterback, take a chance, even if he doesn't pan out. Like I'm fine with it. Like draft some quarterback this year.
Do you want to?
Like, and just take a chance. I go, yeah, it's most likely it's not going to work out, but I just want him to take that chance.
Do you want to know who I think will look good in Seattle?
Dylan Gabriel?
No.
Who?
That's who I think.
Milroe.
Yeah, Milroe.
Milroe, yeah, from Alabama. That's right.
Those are the two that I'm fine with.
Yeah, same here.
Personally. I just want a quarterback because I don't think Sam Howell is the answer.
But the cream of the crop for you guys, if he lands and you got a chance to take him, Jackson Dart
from Ole Miss.
Like I said, I wouldn't be mad with any quarterback we take. I think I would personally want Milroe because he's the most mobile, and I've said that I think he has I don't think it will be most likely be the best out of it, but I think he has the highest potential because of his dual threat, which is why I like that. And knowing that, like, whoever our quarterback is going to have to scramble because we've just been having O-line issues for a while now. I mean, Geno was like the 2nd or 3rd most sacked quarterback.
3rd.
So that's why I would like I would like a more mobile quarterback and why I would like Milroe more. But like I said, I'd be fine taking any of those quarterbacks. But I would prefer Milroe because of his legs or Dylan Gabriel because he went to OU and I do like him as a quarterback and as a passer. So that's my take.
What about you two guys and Pete Carroll with the Raiders? What do you two think?
I mean, I have nothing to say about it. I mean, that's a good hire for Raiders.
I do.
I mean, he's a good coach. I mean, he's like one of the only coaches that won both in the college and NFL.
Yes.
One of
the others. The other was Jim Harbaugh, Barry Switzer, and Jimmy Johnson.
Yep. So I mean,
4 coaches to do it.
Jim Harbaugh. Oh, yeah. Jim Harbaugh.
Not
in the NFL?
No, I'm sorry. He hasn't won in the NFL. My apologies. It's just Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, and you just said it. Thank you, Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
So, all right. So
I got something.
What's up?
Pete Carroll, dead man walking, bro. He's gonna get fired within 3 years.
I mean, that's all his contract is.
I mean, knowing how the Raiders are with head coaches, yeah, it's very.
I wouldn't be
likely.
surprised. So
They're paying 4 of them this year.
they're already paying 4. So what's one more if they want to add to it? You know?
Well, no, they'll just add the 4 because one of them contracts is going to be ran out. They're just going to want to add the 4. You know what I mean?
I don't know how the other ones work. So
Rudi's
they're going to
like
consist
4 years.
Probably.
So with that being said, moving on to the next coaching job, the Jaguars hired the offensive coordinator of Tampa Bay, Liam Cohen. And did you guys see the press conference? Like some people are saying that the Jaguars are doomsday. The guy
They're
kind of creeped
doomed.
me out. He kind of creeped me out a little bit. What was he saying?
Duval.
And then he's moving like this, dude. I'm like, bro,
Bruh.
what are you saying?
Oh
So,
my
and the crazy thing is
gosh.
that Tampa Bay was ready to make him the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL, paying him somewhere between $4 and $5 million. Because apparently, I was listening to ESPN,
He must
and it
he must
appears
give
that
good massages.
Robert Salah, he was supposed to be the head coach, and we don't know what transpired because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers thought that they had Liam Cohen and he was ready to sign a contract. And the day that he ended up signing his contract,
Sorry.
Tampa Bay was calling Liam and he wasn't even answering his phone, nowhere to be found. And that was the same day he was signing his contract with the Jaguars.
So Salah wanted to. I feel like Salah didn't even want to be a head coach. I think he just wanted to be a coordinator. I think he knew Kyle Shanahan was very interested in him coming back to San Fran to be defensive coordinator, and I think San Fran got it right with making Salah defensive coordinator because I think he's probably top 5 in the league defensive coordinator. He's that good at defense.
They just gotta stay healthy.
That's it.
Yeah, they got to stay healthy. And yeah, Jacksonville going to be in the running for Archie Manning next year. That's all I'm going to say. Jacksonville and the Raiders.
Maybe the Giants. Never know.
No, John. Oh, maybe actually they have the hardest schedule in the league.
So enough about the Jaguars because they're going to end up being irrelevant anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The Patriots hiring Mike Vrabel. So we already knew that was
everybody seen that coming.
And then he hired Josh McDaniel as his offensive coordinator.
Yep, I seen that.
So I mean, with that being said, I mean we
welcome
all
back.
Know, we all know what's gonna happen. Now we're really gonna find no. We're about to really find out how bad or how good Josh McDaniel is as an offensive coordinator because he doesn't have Tom Brady anymore. So now we're going to find out how good he really is because he sucked as a head coach with Denver. I know he won one game with Tim Tebow. Yeah. He still sucked anyway. I'm talking about Josh McDaniels. I think he was only there for a year or two. I'm not remembering.
2 years. Yeah, I think he got fired second year.
Okay. So now he's coming back. So the Patriots are trying to probably kind of relive through their old players and their old assistant offensive coordinators. And hopefully it works out. I think what they did was it Jared Mayo 1 year with the Patriots and firing him.
Disrespectful.
I think it was a garbage move by Robert Kraft. I think it was wrong. It was inappropriate. What the hell did you expect this man to do for 1 year? What did you expect with him outside of Jake May? They had no one. The last several years, it was Bill Belichick making the draft, and he drafted players that just didn't pan out for the most part. So you're expecting Mayo to actually turn the program around or turn the organization around after 1 year. They didn't even give him an opportunity. I think it was wrong. It was a garbage move, and that was just foul on their part.
Yeah, I do think that was messed up what they did.
Oh,
I do
100%.
think this is the best hiring simply for the fact that this is what I wanted last year.
True.
And I thought it was going to happen last year. So that alone, I think, is the best hiring of them all. I don't think he's going to have much success this first year because I don't trust McDaniels or whatever his name is.
You mean,
exactly.
I think that they're going to struggle offensively. I think they're going to fire him after the first year. Keep Vrabel, and we'll see who next. The final 2 years from now, who they're offensive coordinator.
A coach like Vrabel, you got to give him at least 3 to 4 years because he's going to have to revamp that defense, which you know he's going to do.
Yeah,
he has to reconstruct that offensive line because that line is garbage. When I mean garbage, they were worse than the freaking Giants, like bad. They have to do that. They got to get Drake May at least a weapon, which I think they're going to do. They're going to get Travis Hunter, I believe. They need a weapon. They need line, and it's going to take at least 2 to. Huh?
No, the Patriots are fourth.
Ooh, yeah, they're not getting Hunter.
No.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
No, they're done. Well, let's see.
Who
They are.
beats?
You have Tennessee and Cleveland. One of those
Tennessee's taking Abdul Carter. Cleveland's going to be taking Cam Ward. Giants are going to be taking Shador Sanders, and fourth is going to be Travis Hunter.
It's a possibility.
Dude, listen, no one's going to convince me otherwise. No one looks more into the draft than me. My team is shit, has been shit. I look into this shit. Part of my language.
I guess it depends how much they want Arch Manning the following year. But no, yeah, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Yeah,
oh yeah, 100%.
Hopefully, Kraft can understand that it's not going to be. It's not going to happen next year. You know,
he needs to understand that.
Time. You got and that's how he was in Tennessee. He didn't start off like fantastic, but he was.
But he built
showed
it.
Growth.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. He built it. Yep, and I hope that was discussed within the hiring process of him. I hope he brought that up, saying I'm gonna need blank 3 years.
Yeah.
Don't expect a quick turnaround here. We got our quarterback, but we got to build around him. We got nothing there. You know what I mean? I hope that was brought up. Unlike Jared Mayo, he was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fill this hiring spot with a former player, Hall of Fame linebacker, and then just get rid of you because I can the following year because you have no experience.
What do you think, Tigo?
I mean, let's just see. I mean, Josh McDaniels is a good offensive coordinator. Don't get it twisted.
No, he's not.
I mean, he won. I'm a Super Bowl man.
He's not.
There's a theory too that in that first year he was like legit cheating, and that's why their offense was doing good. They were legit like spying on practices.
And I also heard that majority. I also heard a majority of the calls that he called Tom Brady audible about like 75% of the time, and he called his own play.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I believe it. So, well, all I'm gonna say is, Mike Vrabel, good luck in New England. Yeah. The next actually, I'm gonna talk about the next two hires, which I predicted, and it came true. Said the offensive coordinator of the Lions, Ben Johnson. I said the Bears are gonna hire him. And what did they do? They backed up that truck, opened up the vault, and gave him the money. We'll talk about that real quick. And then the second one, like I said, the defensive coordinator for the Lions, Aaron Glenn, became the new head coach of the Jets. We'll do with the Bears. Look, I think it was kind of like a no-brainer for the Bears to hire Ben Johnson as far as being the offensive coordinator, considering the fact what he did with Jared Goff and the way the general manager drafted all these players and everything just went really well. The problem with the Bears is that their head coach was garbage. The offensive coordinator even more so garbage because he used to be the 1 year. I think he was 1 year or 2 years offensive coordinator for the Seahawks, Shane Waldron. He was straight trash. So I was really surprised how poorly they played, but considering the fact who their head coach and offensive coordinator was, it's not much of a surprise. But people got to understand something. People are going to say, well, Efren, they won on a 10-game losing streak. I agree with you. You're right. They did. But during those 10-game losing streak, besides the last play to Seattle, because he was trying to make something out of nothing, he didn't turn the ball over. He didn't throw any interceptions, Caleb Williams. How do you lose 10 in a row when your quarterback does not throw an interception in 10 games?
Here's the thing. He's not throwing it to the other team, but he's also not throwing it to his team.
That is true, too. That is true. But it goes back to play calling.
Superman.
But there's definitely growth.
Yeah, but there's growth, and he's got players. They got players around him. They just needed the right coach, the right coordinator, which it happens to be one person, Ben Johnson, which I'm sure he's going to get his own offensive coordinator, but he's probably going to call the plays right away. And I think, to be honest, it was a fantastic hiring.
I think these are both good hirings.
Mhm.
I unfortunately think one of them isn't going to last like 2 years because they're not going to – I really like with these two teams, like I think it is a possibility. I mean, especially with the Jets, that they don't perform like even at like a 500 level, and I could see like they just move on from them really quick because we didn't get to. That's just how NFL coaching. If you don't find success within the first 2 years, like you're just bound to move on from them. And
I think the team with the more leeway is going to be the Jets. Ben Johnson's is gonna be very reliable for the development of Caleb Williams. Do I think he's gonna be able to do it? No, not at all. I think Caleb Williams is uncoachable. I think he's nuts. I think he tries to play too much hero ball, and he's not him, bro. He's not him.
But how is him trying to make a play? How is that him like being whatever word you said?
How about you throw the ball?
No, I agree, but you have Shane Waldron, one of the worst offensive coordinators.
Oh yeah, but
literally looked at
you still have people you still have people open. You don't throw the ball. I watch.
Again, you have the worst offensive line. Like one of the offensive line. You're not getting the time.
But
now again, I do think there are times when players are open, he needs to step in the pocket and throw it. But then there are other times when there are times when he holds on to it for too long, and then there's times where he's just not getting blocked. And I think that's what Ben Johnson comes in, and hopefully he can work on it. I don't think Caleb Williams is the problem.
But
I really think it was coaching.
This is what else I'm going to say is that Ben Johnson also has the highest potential out of both those head coaches.
Yeah.
Because if Ben Johnson can actually implement the offense and what he wants to do, I think they have a chance to win 5-6 games. Aaron Glenn
What?
If they get 5 or 6 wins, I think he could get fired.
Word.
I don't think he'll get fired first season.
If they have a decent defense and they have the players on offense, I honestly think their expectation is seventh seed and at least 500. If they go under 500 with that roster, I wouldn't fire him because again, it's only 1 year.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like you're the Patriots.
That's just how the NFL is. Like they could go under 500 and they can just move on from them. And that's why I think will happen. I think one of these teams will play at where they're like the Jets. I could see them going at 5 wins again and let's just fire from him instead of actually letting him like build the team. You know?
I could see the Jets going 5 wins, but I could also see the Jets defense playing way better under Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, they both have solid rosters.
The issue is who's going to be the offensive coordinator for Aaron Glenn?
We'll find out.
That's what he's going to have to decide. I mean,
and who's the quarterback?
Listen. Aaron Glenn, you're a good defensive coordinator. You've got players on that side of the ball. I'm not going right now. I'm not going to be concerned with Aaron Glenn and that defense. He's got the players.
Me either.
Now, offensively, I'll be honest. In my opinion, the Jets are a quarterback away. They have a good running back in Breece Hall. You've got Gary Wilson, potentially elite, definitely number 1 wide receiver for them.
Is Adams back again?
And Devontae Adams, he's still on the contract, I believe.
Okay.
So
he's contemplating retirement.
Of course, because his prima donna friend may not play. But anyway,
he's gonna play.
Listen,
maybe not on the same team, but
Jets. I'm gonna give you a strong advice. Okay,
resign Rodgers. No,
I'm gonna give you some advice.
He's not a free agent.
Yes, he is.
Isn't he?
He is. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it's a player option.
Listen. Cut the prima donna.
Then who's quarterback?
I don't honestly, either you draft one, see what's out there in the free agent, but you need to move on from this guy.
Honestly.
Listen, I don't think Aaron Rodgers should be QB of the Jets.
I'm doing the same thing as Seattle. I would if you can sign, I've said it before, if you can re-sign Rodgers for like 20-30 mil and then draft a quarterback, because look at Jordan Love. Now, I don't know how long you keep Aaron Rodgers. I doubt you're going to want him for 3 years, but I think if you can have a situation like Patrick Mahomes where he sat his first year. I think learning and seeing how Aaron Rodgers at least will go about things. I mean, you see it with Jordan Love.
Yep.
He did it under Brett Favre. So if you can sign him for a good 20-30 million, a year or two with the opt-out option, whatever, and then you have to draft a quarterback. If you go that route,
if they draft a quarterback, and I could understand them going that route because you're going to learn under Aaron Rodgers. I'll agree with that 100%. But if you're not going to draft a quarterback, you've got to walk away from him.
You could go like Sam Darnold,
Right.
or like a different route.
You
like
could
that.
go exactly. You already know that Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
has
you
the
could go Daniel
capabilities to do
Jones.
it.
I think
Bro,
free
bro, enough with
agency,
Daniel Jones,
free
bro. Let it go,
agency
let it
will
go.
happen before the draft. So I think like if you go like a Sam Darnold or one of those other quarterbacks, then I think you don't draft a quarterback. But if you go like Aaron Rodgers, I think you could then kind of like what they did with Kirk Cousins, but he's not going to sign that kind of contract. But then like then draft a quarterback and learn under Rodgers.
What you think, Tigo, regarding the coaches for the Bears, Ben Johnson, and then the Jets of Aaron Glenn? What do you think of those two hires?
I tell you the truth, I don't know them coaches, period. So I can't really comment on them to say.
Both out of Detroit. One's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
one
I know the black.
coordinator.
I know the black coach from
Aaron Glenn.
Yep,
yeah,
Aaron Glenn.
But I don't know him like to know. Say, all right.
Oh, you don't know all of them.
They both don't
I
have
don't know
the
his
head coaching
credential.
experience.
I don't know his credential to say this is what he did to be. I mean, I see a trend in the NFL. Like, like a team or coordinator gets a good year, he gets a job. Like, so maybe this is something different where they're gonna prove something different where stop the
carousel.
trend.
Yeah, the carousel.
You know what I'm saying?
It's what usually happens with when coordinators get their first head coaching. Like, you really don't know, and I feel like most of them don't pan out, and you're just kind of hoping.
It's a risk.
It's a risk.
Now here's what I'm gonna. Now this is something interesting that I don't think no one's really talking about. Now we're gonna see if Dan Campbell actually can redo what he's already been doing. Now we get to see
without them two coaches.
Without those two coaches, let's see if Dan Campbell can replace those two coaches with just as good people, or if they get worse.
Well, you need to remember, it goes back to the same thing with Sirianni and the Eagles coach, and they had success.
Sirianni's a bum,
and both the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator left after 1 year and became head coaches over with the Colts, who's still there, and the Cardinals, where he's still there. It's the same thing. And what happened the following year with new coordinators, they were not that good. So that's why they brought in Kellen Moore from San Diego's offensive coordinator, and then they brought Vic Fangio as a defensive coordinator, which became the #1 defensive team, I believe, in the league.
Well, I know Kellen Moore used to be a quarterback. So
never mind. I'll bring that up when we talk about the Dallas hire.
I said I know Kellen Moore was a quarterback, so I know he knows quarterback plays. Yeah. So I'm that's a pretty good hire right there. If you're bringing an old quarterback who knows the ins and out and knows certain plays and knows when to look, I mean that's great for Eagles. That's what I'm saying. Eagles got I think Eagles gonna beat the Chiefs. That's what I think they're gonna.
But the same thing goes with the Detroit Lions. They're not gonna have their offensive coordinator. They're gonna get a new offensive coordinator.
They're gonna get a
new defensive coordinator. And there are times when you bring in new coordinators, it doesn't pan out. Jalen Hurts had to learn an entirely new playbook, and it didn't work out.
He's had, if I'm not mistaken, the last 3 years, 3 different offensive coordinators.
Yes.
Jalen? You talking about Jalen?
Yeah.
Yes, three different offensive coordinators.
So this could be one of those situations where I don't think they will that much, but I think this is a situation where you're not going to expect the Detroit Lions to win 15 games next year.
Yeah, I think the Lions situation is interesting because I think defensively they're going to get their players back,
right?
And I think that alone. Now they're not.
Are they going to match? Are they going to match the scheme that defensive coordinator wants to put in?
No,
that's the issue.
Here, I don't think that's the issue. I feel like we are we're expecting too much from the Lions for next year. Like, I feel like we should have an understanding that they're not going to win 15 games again, right? But when you factor in that they're going to have a healthy defense, at least to start the year, their best defensive player coming back, no matter what scheme he's in, he's going to right?
Yeah.
Which is huge. I mean, that's what makes the defense. If you have that guy on the line that can disrupt the quarterback all game, and they have that. Now,
Yep.
when you can at least get players, starter quality players in, I think the defense. I don't think it's going to be what it was this year, considering all the injuries and them throughout the regular season doing what they were doing. And I think that they'll be fine defensively, and at least offensively, they have the players. Like they have the players. Gibbs, Montgomery,
Oh yeah.
St. Brown. I think Goff will still be decent. You know, he'll still be a top, 15 quarterback. He'll be fine. But I think that the question is, will they win the division? I think they'll make the playoffs, but the real question is, will they win the division? So
I don't see them.
and I don't think they'll be Super Bowl favorites, right? But
No.
they'll have to build from that. Obviously, losing these coordinators. I think they're going to be fine.
Oh, never mind. No, I was gonna ask if when are we still talking about Dallas hire?
So I'll jump in. Okay, so now we're gonna go into one of the probably least interesting topics that we're going to have in conversation, and it's the Dallas Cowboys, the supposedly America's team, which they are not, and their coaching hiring. I don't know if you want to describe it between a joke or a prank or impractical jokers. I'm not really sure, but they hired, please, I hope everybody's sitting down. They hired Brian Schottenheimer, who has never had any NFL head coaching career. He has spent, I believe, somewhere 14, 15, 16 years as an offensive coordinator. I believe either half or more than half of his career, the teams that he was coordinating for were, I believe, under 500. He Marty Schottenheimer is his dad. And for those of you that don't know him, he's the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, who had tremendous success. And he was also the head coach, I believe, of the Broncos, tremendous success. And I believe he also was the head coach for the Giants as well, if I remember correctly. But his son has not really panned out as an offensive coordinator. The fact that the Cowboys hired this man, Jerry Jones, look, man, I know your family's not going to sell this team. I wouldn't sell it either because of being the most valued sports franchise in sports right now. But dude, man, somebody's got to retire Jerry Jones. He needs to go to an insane asylum. He's got to go somewhere. But this man needs to be put somewhere where we don't hear from him ever again. Number one, where he is no longer making the decisions as the owner, president, and general manager. I mean, at one point, the man said that I don't even know why this man is still making decisions. I'm going to say this again. This man hired Brian Schottenheimer. No one saw this coming. No one knew what the hell this man is doing. So for the love of God, can we just simply put this man in a retirement home? He's got the money. Tell him he can build his own retirement home and he can call all the shots himself. He can be the doctor, the nurse, the orderly, the ones that orders the prescriptions, to write the prescriptions. I really don't care. Just somebody put this man's misery away. A man hired Brian Schottenheimer. This is a joke. And to be honest with you, after we have this discussion, any additional shows, unless it's important or worthy, anybody mentions the Cowboys ever again after this show until the season starts, bro, I'm going to cut you off. We're not going to talk about this team after this show until the season starts. I don't even want to talk about them during the preseason. Okay. They have no shot. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a prediction right now. Okay. If the Giants get a quarterback, Cam Ward or Shador, whoever they get, the Giants are going to have a better record than the Cowboys. I've already said, I'm saying it right now. Right now. Okay.
Let's go, baby. Preach.
Remember what I said. As long as they draft a quarterback, whether it's Cam Ward or Shador, it's okay. Either quarterback is fine. I'm okay with either quarterback. My prediction right now is the Giants are going to have a better record than the Dallas Cowboys. You heard it here first. You guys can take over regarding this pathetic.
So listen, the only other option they had for head coach was Kalen Moore. Guess who got fired from Dallas?
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, yup.
That's
He
because
got fired.
real quick, just because the rumor is that Mike McCarthy let him go because he was afraid that he was going to be hired, he was going to get fired, and Kellen Moore was going to be the new head coach of the Cowboys the following year.
Yep.
That's the rumor.
So we're gonna sit there. We're gonna be like, oh man, we had our guy in our building, man. You know, we had our guy. You know, let's try to get him now from the Eagles. Let's try to get him from the Eagles. You know, they're in a Super Bowl. Let's try to get him from the Eagles.
Listen.
Which
Zach.
which team
First,
went
listen. The head coach of the Dallas Cowboys has has less credibility than Daniel Jones as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Okay.
All right, let Daniel Jones go. Let it go.
No. Listen. This dude, what is it? 15 NFL teams, okay? 15 NFL teams. I wonder how many head coaching interviews he's got in his career.
which team?
One.
Which team?
The
went
Dallas
after-
Cowboys.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Because I kind of disagree.
No.
So
Go ahead, Zach.
y'all say like, oh, like all these hot, you don't have any like job interviews or whatever as a head coach, and I'm like, but neither do a lot of these, like literally the two Lions coaches are the same thing. And you say, well, what credibility does he have?
They
Hold on, no, I let y'all talk. I'm talking. Okay. 3 years with Seattle, he was second place every year, and I believe one of the years he was 12-4 his last year with Seattle. He had pretty solid success offensively with us. And then when you look at the Cowboys, I agree, he wasn't expected, right? But look at what he's done offensively with the Cowboys. I mean, the last year, pretty decent with the Cowboys offensively. And then this year, Dak gets hurt and Cooper Rush actually plays pretty well for his time and actually won some games. I know one of the victories came against the Commanders, came against the Buccaneers, you know. And obviously you're not expecting anything when you have Cooper Rush, but the fact that they were pulling off wins with them, like, I think it's pretty telling that he's
I think it's
as bad as you guys are making it sound.
I think it's a great idea, man. I think it's fantastic for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm glad he got the job. You know, I'm glad he can have a couple of beers, a couple of shots with Jerry Jones on his helicopter landing in the practice field. I'm just glad,
you
man.
think you're funny, but like I don't feel like you're actually being like genuine. Like,
I'm not being genuine at all.
Like this is a human at the end of the day, and I mean, like, if they feel
I get that.
That's who they're
I
gonna
get
hire.
that.
And I feel like everything I just brought up, like, I'm pretty sure you had no idea. Like, I literally just sat here.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
To actually be genuine and like look into his career. And he was 3 years with Seattle, second place. Actually, was winning games, was putting up points. Look at the Cowboys, was putting up points. I think they probably should have continued with Mike McCarthy, or like, I just that no one expected this, and I didn't expect it. But I just took the time to actually kind of look into his career, and like, I think it kind of makes sense now when you look at it.
Which team went after Mike Tomlin to try to hire him? And
the Bears wanted him.
Oh, it was the Bears. Oh, okay.
Is he still with them?
Yeah, they were trying. They were trying to trade. They were trying to trade for him.
He's in a similar spot as like Pete Carroll. I feel like with the Steelers, like just in a state of mediocrity. Like, I love him. I think he's one of the best head coaches in the league. But like, for the Steelers, you've just been in the state of mediocrity. 10 wins.
I think the Steelers need to move on.
No, they're not going to move on. They're not going to let him go.
But that's how we kind of felt like about Pete Carroll. Listen, I love Mike Tomlin. I think he's probably one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. But it's like Zach said, you know, now it's to the point where like it's mediocrity. You already know what you're gonna expect right now. I think it may be time for Mike Tomlin to move on. He wants to stay with Pittsburgh. I get it, man. You know, he's been there for the last 16, 17, 18 years, something like that. And you know, he's never had a record under 500. But at the end of the day, though, sometimes, you know, changes are needed. And trust me, when Mike Tomlin, people forget, I think he became a head coach like in his 30s, mid 30s or late 30s, somewhere around that. So it's not like, yeah, we think he's old because he's been around for so long, but he's still relatively a young head coach. So trust me when I tell you, when he's no longer with the Steelers, someone is
Oh
snagging
yeah,
him
100%, 100%.
quick. All right. But with that being said, I mean, Tigo, you had anything to say about the Brian Schottenheimer hired by the
Not
Cowboys?
at all. I don't care nothing about the Cowboys.
Well, at least
Damn
that's
right.
probably
See,
the best.
that's the attitude Zach needs to have.
See, that's an honest
F
answer.
the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Yeah. So with that being said, though, I think, okay, how about this? Real quick question: best out of all those teams and coaches, best hiring, worst hire, Tigo.
The best hire, I'm gonna go with Carroll because I don't know the other ones and what their credential is. So I know what Carroll credential is because he's won a Super Bowl. So I know what he brings to the table. So I'm gonna go with Carroll. For the worst,
Okay.
I can't say there is a worst because it goes back to the threes. I don't know. They haven't proven nothing yet, really. I mean, they all have one season of. I mean, so I can't say. If I'm gonna say the worst, it's got to be the other three coaches are the worst, and Carroll
All right.
is the best.
Cheddar.
The best, Ben Johnson to the Bears, and the worst, the Dallas Cowboys bum.
Zachary.
I mean, okay. I personally think Mike Vrabel is the best signing. I think he has because he was let go and he was still up.
Oh yeah,
and I think he I just really like Mike Vrabel and how he turned around Tennessee, and I feel like he should still be there.
yeah.
The worst I think is the Jaguars. You just look at that
Oh,
interview,
that too. Yeah,
and I'm just
yeah, that too.
I don't know if the team is gonna even get behind that now. I mean,
Yeah, that's. I completely forgot about that.
yeah, I had a feeling because I was I'm looking at them. If I wasn't
You know
looking at
what?
this list, I would have the same.
I'm gonna be honest. It might be. I gotta put a tie between the Dallas head coach and
the only
the
reason
Jaguars.
you're keeping it a tie is because it's the Cowboys.
Oh,
But
100%.
I respect the honesty though of
But
throwing the Jaguars.
For me, I don't know if Zachary was what thinks like me, maybe because he has my DNA at least. But yeah, Ben Johnson to me the best. I mean, he picked the Patriots, but the best hire to me is the Bears. Ben Johnson, in my opinion, and
Yeah.
the worst. It's not even close.
Let
man.
me put it like this. I think Mike Vrabel and what he's done, that's the best. But I think that Ben Johnson is in the best situation.
I just don't
Right?
think Vrabel.
That's
The only
fair.
reason why I'm not saying Vrabel is because I don't feel like they're going to give him the time.
I agree. I just feel like that's just how coaching is now.
But it is a good choice though. It's not like he's not a good coach.
That's why I think that's the difference between Mayo and Vrabel. Obviously, they did Mayo wrong, but Vrabel at least has the experience. He's done it before, and I feel like the Patriots are going to be more lenient with that.
Okay.
That's kind of how
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
All right.
Just off
I
the
can see
name.
it.
That's why then I would go Pete Carroll because of how established he is then, and then I would go Ben Johnson.
So you're going off of established.
Yeah, I'm going off of established
All right.
and the situation.
I'm going
they're
off
in.
of the situation and who I think's just better opportunity.
Ben Johnson's in the best situation, but
That's what I meant. That's why, yeah.
made the best hire, as coaches, as a coach.
Yes.
So for me, just real quick, for me, the worst. It's not even close to me. Is the Jaguars, Liam Cohen. That press conference was just, that press conference was just creepy for me. I don't know if he meant to do that to
He just said it wrong.
Stun or just get somebody to talk about the Jaguars. But dude, you creep me out. That's all I'm gonna say. You creep me out. So with that being said, we're gonna move on real quickly into the NBA. We'll probably be wrapping it up with this here. Again, as far as the standings, obviously the Cleveland Cavaliers is still on top in the Eastern Conference, and the Oklahoma City Thunders is on top on the Western Conference. But there are teams that are falling right behind them, which is the Boston Celtics, 5.5 back, the Knicks, 6.5 back, and in the West, Houston, believe it or not, second, 5.5, and then Memphis, 7, the third seed.
Houston's doing that good.
Yeah.
They were my sleeper pick.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are.
wow.
Especially Zachary kind of convinced me after I saw some
Jalen Green must be going off this year, man.
He's really one of the only shooters on the team, but they just have like a bunch of just good athletic players. Like
Oh, okay. So they just they run.
Yeah, Thompson, Tari Eason. They got Sengun.
Oh, they got one of the twins.
Lester Jokic, low key.
They got one of the twins.
Yeah, one of the twins. Yeah. Believe it or not, I know Dylan Brooks had like a 3-pointer game. They play defense though. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, man. I love Dylan Brooks. I know that he's a pain in the rear end to players, and I know he can say things and do things they should. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I would love to have him on my team coming off the bench.
They remind me of that Memphis City Grizzlies team with Tony Allen, Zach Randolph. That's what they remind me.
Yeah.
They're just tough.
And they're not, and I don't think that
with
right
more
now.
Skill.
I just don't think anybody. I don't think everybody's seeing them come, even if they're like second seed.
Not this good,
but they're not. But I don't think anybody.
I saw top 6.
No. I don't mean that no one's seen them coming. I still even though they may be the second seed, I don't really think anybody is really thinking about them, so to speak.
Yeah.
Or worried,
Yeah.
and that's gonna fall right into Houston's hands, right into their plans.
They're in the perfect situation because they have nothing to lose. Like, they're not expected to do anything in the playoffs, and a team like that is very scary.
Remember OKC last year, even though they're the number 1 seed, nobody saw them coming. Nobody was expecting them to do this well.
But this year I am.
But now, I mean,
this year,
yeah. I mean, yeah. So I mean, as far as for our teams, the Celtics, I know that everybody keeps talking about, they started out the season well, and then the last 14 or 16 games, they're at 500, and they're wondering what's wrong with the Celtics. So we worried. Look,
nothing.
I said this from the very beginning. I'm not worried, okay? And here's why. And this goes for every defensive title team from the year before. This applies to everybody that's won a title and defending it. People have to understand that when you are the defending champion, that even the worst team in the league, they're going to give you their best shot. Every single game that the Celtics play, whether it's the Wizards or the Utah Jazz, the worst team, it doesn't matter to the best team. You're going to get the best shot because, hey, defending champions are coming into town, or we're going into the Boston Garden, and we just want to make sure that we don't get, and we're going to do everything we can to win this game. When you play other teams, when you're playing like the Knicks, they're doing well, or Cleveland, or the Lakers, or any other team that is doing really well, no one is saying they're not going to worry about you, but there may be some teams that may say, okay, I'm going to sit this game out, or I'm not going to worry too much about this game right now. I'm going to go ahead and relax or what have you, or I'm not just going to give it my all. But when you're playing the defending champions, everybody's gunning for you. There's a target in your back. We haven't had all of our 5 starters at the same time in every single game. There's been some injuries. Some people have been sitting down, what have you. But when it comes to the postseason, you better watch out because all 5 starters are going to be there. We have a hell of a bench. We've got the 6-man potentially player of the year in Pritchard. And I know the Knicks are doing well. They've got 2 players that are going to be in the All-Star game as starters. The last 2 games, they've actually scored 140 points or more. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm still not going to be wearing that Bronny James jersey. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now. I'm not worried. Everybody can talk about the Celtics all they want. I don't care. I'm just waiting for them to be healthy. Let's go into the postseason, and we'll just take care of business so we can raise the banner number 19.
So I'll kind of lump the Celtics and the next take, and then I'll just kind of give it to you guys.
Sure.
So, like, how I'm looking at it is I'm not worried about the Knicks. I'm not worried about anybody because anybody can win one game against anybody. But when it comes down to a series and having to beat us 4 times, I feel very confident against anybody. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. And it would be funny to see my dad wearing a Bronny James jersey.
It's not funny. That's not even funny. You said it, bro. It's not funny.
That is very funny.
It's not funny.
I don't see it happening. But that's how I'm looking at it. I'm just looking at it from a series perspective. I feel confident that because how it is right now, it's like, yeah, okay, Derek White or Jaylen Brown or Tatum, yeah, they have one bad game, costs a regular season, but I don't believe that that's going to happen in the course of a series, and it's going to happen 4 times or 3 times like in a series. That's how I'm looking at it.
Because the only thing that I want to see is these 2 clowns that we watching right now, Tigo and Cheddar. I can't wait till you guys wear that Tony Romo Cowboys jersey and with that big foamed cowboy hat. Oh, you will be wearing it. Just trust me on this one. All right, because that's going to be the background screen for us. That's what's going to be. That sports shed is going to be replaced for the next show with you 2 wearing that cowboy jersey, bro. And I just cannot wait till that happens. All right, y'all guys can put in your 2 cents in.
Action. My only 2 cents is actions speak louder than words. So
I agree. That's the one thing we can agree on.
I'll leave it there.
He's gonna leave it there. Go ahead, Cheddar. Go ahead.
I got nothing to say.
I know neither one of you got nothing to say. Absolutely, neither one of you got nothing to say. And yeah, I'm doing all the talking, and I might think I might want to lose, but you know what? Do I look worried? Do I
That's
look
what
scared?
I said. Make
That's
the
fine.
actions speak louder than
That's
words.
fine.
I'm not. I'm not worried about no Bronny James G League jersey. Not worried about it, bro. Not worried about wearing a South Bay Laker.
Oh,
or
it won't
Sierra
be.
Canyon
It won't be. It'll be
or
Lakers.
USC.
It'll be Lakers.
It's going to be a LeBron customized The GOAT 23 Lakers jersey.
Oh, by the way,
I'm gonna be
we-
honest.
we-
I just can't wait to see your guys' face.
wait a minute. Wait.
If-
If you guys are gonna customize my shirt, which is fine, I'm cool with it. If I lose, I'm cool with it. I can customize theirs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because one of them is going to be I love Tony Romo to death.
I think that's too long.
I don't care. I don't care.
You should have Zach have
What-
I think it's too. I think it's a certain amount of words. like letters.
I don't care. I don't care what it looks like. But I'm gonna say, how about
You gotta
this?
wear the cowboy boots.
Oh yeah, you're wearing the cowboy boots. I don't care.
Yeah, there is no cowboy boots that are gonna fit me. I'm gonna be honest.
Listen, I love Tony Romo. And what about the other one? Should we say Jimmy Johnson? How about them Cowboys? Should we rate that in the back of the jersey?
You could put I love Jerry Jones.
Oh, yes. I love Tony Romo and I love Jerry Jones. Yes. Yes.
Man.
Now, who do you think is gonna be the worst that they're gonna hate? Who do you think?
I just have them both have I love Jerry Jones, honestly.
How about this? How about this? Both of them. I love Tony Romo and Jerry Jones.
It's probably too long.
Okay.
We got time. We got time.
All right, we got time, but that's what's gonna happen. Okay. But with that being said, though, just real quick.
Tigo.
Yeah.
We just let them talk, bro.
That's
That's
what
all.
I said.
That's all.
I haven't really been doing much talking.
I'll do all the talking.
We
I'll
let
do
them
all the
toot their
talking.
own horn.
I'll be
We let them toot their own horn.
That's
It's
not even
okay.
me. That's not
It's
even me.
okay.
No.
I've been pretty
I'm
chill.
gonna,
And
I'm
just
gonna
saying,
be
like,
honest. I'm gonna be
confident.
honest. I'm not scared of any team because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, they gotta beat us in 4 games, not just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
That's what
don't
he
think
said.
they
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, how's that tooting my own horn? That's an honest.
We're-
He's
we're
been the
gonna-
one
we're gonna-
trashing you.
listen,
I just have
we're
an
gonna
honest
let-
take.
Tigo, listen, we're gonna let them talk. Let them talk.
I haven't
talk.
even been talking.
Listen, I'm gonna say something right now.
That's what's crazy.
I'm gonna say something right now. I'm gonna end it right now. I'm taking all the credit when it comes to talking. All the credit. See, I'm
Okay,
seeing it
we're
live.
gonna let Efren talk. We're gonna let Efren
I
talk
want
now.
everybody to come. Listen, I want
And
everybody to come after me. And I haven't mentioned his name, but I want my boy from Oklahoma, the other Knicks fan, I want him to come after me. And if he wants to join the bet, I have a good jersey that I'm going to him to wear if he wants to be part of the bet. There's a nice Mets jersey waiting for you, buddy. A nice Mets jersey because he's a Yankee fan. Or a Celtics. One or the other.
Have a more Big Poppy or something like that.
That sucks.
Oh, yes.
That sucks.
Yes.
That
You know
sucks.
what? For a Yankee
I
fan-
would hate that. I would hate that.
No. I'm going to say it right now. Yo, Jaime.
I would hate
by the
that
way-
more than a Dallas Cowboy jersey. I
Wait a
would
minute, wait a
hate a
minute.
Big Poppy jersey.
Wait a minute. I just want to say this right now. By the way, Jaime, I love you. God bless you. I hope you're watching the show. When you get to watch it, I want you to hear me loud and clear. Okay. I'm placing a bet. If you want to join this bet, the Celtics will go beyond in the playoffs than the Knicks, or these guys are saying the Knicks are going to go beyond the Celtics in the playoffs. Okay. If you lose, you're going to wear a Red Sox jersey, and I'm going to put the name in the back as I please. I'll tell you what, and I'm going to say this, and everybody knows how much I hate them. I'll wear a Yankee jersey of your choice.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm
Let me
getting.
know
I'm
what your
glad,
answer is.
listen,
Doesn't have to
I'm
be now, but let me know
glad.
what your answer is.
I'm glad no one brought up the David Ortiz jersey when it was up to us, because I hate
can-
David
we can change
Ortiz.
We can change
Nah,
it.
We can
too
change
late
it.
Just
now.
like you can change,
We
Nah,
can
too
change
late
it.
now.
change it. Or you can change mine.
Nah,
You can
too
change
late-
mine.
Too late now. Nope.
No. You want to know what we should make Zach wear?
What?
A customized Red Sox jersey, right?
Uh-huh.
And it says 2004 ALCS.
I'm out, bro.
4-3.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
out.
'cause you guys-
4-3, baby.
Oh, yes. Did he just leave? Did he just leave, people? Yo, did he just leave the show? I know he's got to come back because we were about because we're soon ending the episode. We're soon ending the show. There he is. We thought you left, bro. I know you did it on purpose and came back. I know you did. So what we're gonna say is this: yes, you guys. That's right, because the Yankees are part of history too, as well. They were up 3-0. And
That's
then they lost.
ridiculous.
Maybe, no. We should have 2004 ALCS, and then the number will be 43.
4-3. Oh, yes. I love it. You know what? So we have a couple of jerseys out there for these.
That's bad.
beautiful.
That's
I know.
bad.
I know.
I
That's
know.
even better.
Like that's bad.
You know what? He gets the Red Sox jersey. Tigo, you just get the Tony Romo.
I think I would take.
I know he hates the Cowboys.
I would definitely be okay wearing
No,
it. The
no,
David,
wait,
the
no,
Big
wait,
Poppy.
I
one.
got it. I got
Would be
it.
horrible.
I got
Wait,
Tigos.
Cheddar.
I got Tigos.
Yes.
I got Tigos.
What?
A 2024 Ohio State Buckeyes jersey.
Yes. National champions. Listen,
Yeah.
you guys.
2024 champs, Ohio State.
Wait. I'll make it so easy.
I will
I'll-
burn that jersey.
No, we
No,
can't.
listen,
we can't.
I can make it easy for them. You can still pick any jersey you want me to
We
wear.
can't.
Bronny, I'll wear any jersey you want. But you, Red Sox, you, Ohio State.
I
Yes.
will burn that jersey.
Yes,
I
no.
will-
We
The
can't.
agreement is
We
we're gonna
can't.
save it in the closet. We're gonna save it in the closet because if I lose, I'm gonna do the
boom.
same thing. Yes.
You know,
You wanted to
Yes.
do the bet. You
Yes.
wanted to do it.
Yes.
do I have to wear a Red Sox hat?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you're gonna wear a Buckeyes. We're gonna get you the Buckeyes, bro.
I'm still, again, I think Malcolm
Zach,
Butler is the worst, but
that-
it
that
ain't
might
what
put
y'all
me-
got.
That might put me into depression, bro.
Yes. So it works. Hey, how do you think I feel if I have to wear a Bronny James jersey, bro?
I think you'll like it because you got a piece of history.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna burn it. I'll wear it and I'm gonna put it in the back.
Or we have
My closet.
a customized
I got
LeBron,
it. I got
the
listen.
GOAT.
I got to at least
LeBron,
burn the
the
hat.
GOAT
Bro,
jersey.
listen, you understand that
I
it
gotta at
requires
least
for
burn
us
the
to
hat.
lose, bro. You
I'm
understand
just
that?
saying.
I'm just saying.
A
Listen,
customized
listen,
LeBron
listen,
jersey
listen.
that says the GOAT on the back.
Listen, I'll do the Red Sox, but I
Okay.
gotta burn the hat.
Can't burn anything. Can't burn it.
No,
Can't
I
let you
can't
burn.
it.
Can't burn it. You
Just-
Can I
gotta
just
donate it?
hang it up with the jersey, like
right. Just put it in the back of the closet. You gotta
in the-
save
in
it.
the- on
You
the
gotta save.
hanger.
Listen,
But it's
I'm
the
telling
fact
you
that
right
I'm
now,
wearing it. How about can I pee on it?
No. When we get a place, you got to hang it up on the wall, and you got to have that on your wall every single day.
Come on.
That's
I would.
messed
I'll
up,
do the
man.
same.
I'm gonna do
Whatever
the
you
same.
make me
Nah,
wear, I'll
that-
do the same. You could. I think maybe honestly, what might be worse than Malcolm Butler is make me wear like a Yankees jersey from like 2000. Like I'm here helping you guys out.
Word.
Just saying.
You know how much we?
A
I would,
Yankees 2000 and whatever the series was or something.
4-1.
Yeah. Something like that.
I don't want to do that. I can't. I don't want to wear it. Celtics. You got to help me out here. This one's got to wear the Red Sox, and this one's
But
got to wear the
you're
Buckeye.
probably still better off making me wear Malcolm Butler.
Like the Red Sox, you would literally see. I probably wouldn't talk. I'd probably just be like this.
Bro, that's the beauty. Oh, and by the way, it applies to us too. When you are on the show, move the camera phone back.
Yeah,
Because we want to see the jersey and we want to see that. So you better move it back. And we decide. No. Just for you with us, we decide because we are able to see you guys and we want to make sure we see everything. And the same thing applies to the both of us. Yeah, now you're saying, man, we should not have made that bet. Yeah,
I'm not stressing. I'm not stressing. I'm still not stressing.
Yeah.
I stand on my business, bro.
I
believe in my Knicks.
I feel good because there isn't really anything I hate. Like I'm like, oh, I don't want to wear that. Like with all the teams, so I feel good. Like Malcolm Butler, all right, yeah, it happened. Like, but I feel good. I feel good. But the fact that y'all could wear Ohio State or Yankees is like worth it to me.
I'll wear Yankees all day.
You know he doesn't want to wear. No. We didn't say Yankees.
Or I might have said it, but Red Sox.
Red Sox. Yankees.
You Red Sox.
Nah.
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
Like the thought of that, and then me like, oh, whatever I gotta wear. I
legitly hate the Red Sox more than I hate the Dallas Cowboys.
We know every Yankee fan hates the Red Sox. We know that for a fact.
I legitly despise I went to Boston to the aquarium. I seen a keychain on the ground with somebody's keys. You know what I did instead of picking them up and turning them in?
Oh,
garbage.
Listen, don't say it. Just don't say it. Don't incriminate yourself, bro. Just keep it to yourself.
All right, should we just?
I stepped on him. I stepped on him.
So we're gonna finish this real quick. The trading deadline. The biggest two names right now, especially in the past couple of weeks, is Jimmy Butler. Right now, I believe he has requested a trade from the Miami Heat. I believe right, because he's been suspended again for a third time
indefinitely.
The last time was because he missed a flight to a road game, so he got suspended 2 games. I think everybody has finally figured out that Pat Riley's the man, and you just don't mess with that man. The man has the potentials, and at the end of the day, whether he was with the Lakers or with the Knicks and now with Miami, Pat Riley calls the shot whenever he's around, and that's the bottom line. But I think Jimmy Butler is going to be eventually traded before the trading deadline, which is 10 days from now. And
very complex.
The other one that today actually came out, breaking news: the Sacramento Kings are open to trade De'Aaron Fox, and as a result of that, coming out this evening, they have received over 30 phone calls by 12 teams making them offers for the trade. And right now, where De'Aaron Fox wants to go to, they said, is he wants to go to the San Antonio Spurs, and the San Antonio Spurs are actually interested in trading for him as well. So 2 questions, guys. 1, where do you think Jimmy Butler is going to land? And number 2, where do you think De'Aaron Fox is going to land if he is traded?
I don't think Fox is moved.
Okay.
I don't think Fox will be moved. Jimmy Butler, I think he'll get moved to New Orleans.
Wow.
I think Jimmy's going to Phoenix.
Yeah, I would like.
I could say I'll say Phoenix or New Orleans.
I really would like De'Aaron Fox to go to San Antonio, even though I agree with Zach. I don't think he'll be traded.
He has not asked to be traded, by the way. He made that clear. He has not asked.
I think he just said he wouldn't resign or
something like that.
And then as far as Jimmy Butler, I seen and I like the most likely destination, and I kind of agree with it. The Warriors, because
exactly what I was thinking.
They're one of the only teams where it's like you're not really expecting much from them at this point because they're kind of on the decline from all their championships, and I feel like they don't really have many key younger players. So if it were if he went to Phoenix or if he went to New Orleans, not so much, but if he went to Phoenix and they gave up some key pieces and then he just has another meltdown like he did with the Heat, I could see that causing problems for the Suns going forward. Whereas with the Warriors, if he doesn't really play, I feel like the Warriors are kind of still in the same situation. Like they're going to just continue being like a 500 team and probably not make the playoffs. But
I mean,
the
he said he wants to
upside-
make the playoffs.
Yeah, but the upside is like really up with the Warriors because like that's that player that could help, make a at least like a threat. They're not going to win it, but like they, make a solid playoff push, maybe upset somebody because you never know with playoff Jimmy. So that's where I think he would go.
What do you think, Tigo?
I said Phoenix. I think he's gonna go Phoenix.
Okay.
I think he wants to pair up with Durant.
Okay.
It's his best chance for a ring.
As far as Jimmy Butler, I would have to agree with all of you. His destination is either going to be with the Warriors or the Suns. And it's funny because the Suns just made a trade recently with the Utah Jazz where the Phoenix Suns actually picked up 3 first-round picks from Utah. So if they really want to go after Jimmy Butler, if that's the case,
I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying they're going to trade them all. I'm just saying it's about the value of the contract. But I'm just saying they've got the pieces if they want to make the trade. I'm not saying all 3. I'm just they have pieces. They got players to make that trade. But I think he's either going to go to the Suns or the Warriors. I think he's going to the Warriors because hold on a second. I'm saying the Warriors because it's like what Zachary said. Right now, they're looking for somebody to help Steph Curry just to try to make a final run the last couple of seasons, whatever that may be. So I think he's going to end up with Golden State Warriors. As far as the Aaron Fox, though, I believe he's going to get traded. And I think it would be a perfect destination for him to go to the Spurs. You got Chris Paul. You got a shooting guard in De'Aaron Fox. You got Wemby. You got somebody that can shoot from the outside. You got somebody from the inside. I think he would be a perfect fit. I think De'Aaron Fox at some point, if not traded, because a free agent, he's at some point going to end up with the San Antonio Spurs.
Now, oh man, what was I going to say? I should have wrote it down.
That's all right.
What do you think the starting line like? Do you think they start?
Wait, so I don't lose it. No matter what, you're going to need a broker team in that trade for Butler.
Yeah, no, I figure that whether it's a third or fourth team,
I do feel like Charlotte's probably going to be involved, and or New Orleans.
I'm not really worried about the third or the fourth team if that gets to that point, only because those are the teams that are coming in probably to try to secure
just to be a broker.
They're just looking to get like a solid role player,
or it's just a broker, literally a third-round pick.
But not so much of a broker, but those are the type of team. But those are the type of teams though that are looking for expiring contracts. So when they bring them in, then they'll be under the salary cap and they'll have a lot of money to spend. So a lot of those type of teams that come in to be the third or the fourth option team to broker the deal, they're just looking more often than not for expiring contracts. That's all.
My question is with the Spurs, because obviously Fox would start, but would you have like Chris Paul and Stephon Castle start? Would you have one of those two come off the bench? Like, I'm curious what the lineup would look
Chris
like.
Paul's coming off the bench.
You think he'd come off the bench?
No, I think Castle will come off the bench. I think Chris Paul too, because of stability. It's the only reason. Stability and knowing what he brings and experience. I think that he'll be the starter, and Castle will be.
Be the sixth man.
Be the sixth man, and then when Chris Paul moves on, then I think Steve Castle will take over. That's what I think. I think it would be the best option.
But keep in mind, Castle is like 6'5", 6'6".
Right.
So if they wanted to go that route, they could start all 3. Because Fox, I think, is also 6'3"-ish.
Yeah. But they can maneuver around. But I think that the best option would be is having Castle come off the bench.
I would love to see that trade happen. I don't think it is, but I would love to see Fox on the Spurs.
So we both, before we close out, anybody has any final comments that they want to add before we put this to a rest? Cheddar, you got anything you want to add?
Guys, if you want, make sure you pay close attention to the Pro Bowl this year. I heard they're giving away shirts in the Pro Bowl for the NFL. Also, it's flag football this time, like last year, you know.
disregard that. It was just an alarm for Zach. Go ahead.
That's disrespectful, man. You know, listen, you know,
I didn't think we'd be going this late. We, you know,
I'm done.
All right,
You know,
there you go. Tigo.
I'm hyped for flag football though. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just
Tyreek Hill might get a touchdown.
I'm just glad my Knicks
Is he-
is doing good.
I don't know.
Well, on that, what was that, Tigo?
So I'm just glad my Knicks is doing good. Actions speak louder than words, and we're gonna see at the end of the season who comes out the better team.
All right. Yeah. Nice fantasy
Oh,
words.
But let me keep in mind too that this can, it could technically be a tie if we lose in the same round.
In the
and we
same
don't
round.
play each other.
Yep.
So we could either all wear something
then it
or
goes by
nobody
regular
wears
season.
something.
Then it goes by regular season.
No. We'll figure out a tiebreaker. No, we'll figure out a
okay.
tiebreaker.
I just
You know
tiebreaker.
what? Maybe point differential throughout
or who wins more
every game they
wins-
play.
One could be who wins more games.
Oh yeah, who wins
Yeah.
Like
more
if
games?
one goes 6,
Okay.
another goes 7, the 6 has to
Yep.
wear it.
Right.
And then if they win the same amount of games, it has to go by point differential.
I can live with that.
I don't even really want like a regular.
If they
season
would,
thing.
no, like playoff point differential. It has to.
How about this?
It has to.
Put it this way: we have time to figure out what the tiebreaker will be.
Yeah.
So with that being said, the show is coming to a close. I just wanted to thank everybody out there for watching the show. Anybody has any comments or if they want to be on the show, let us know. We'll be more than happy to send you the link, and you are more than welcome to basically speak your mind. I want to thank Keith for chatting with us online, giving us his take on the Chiefs. I'm not saying cheats, the Chiefs, but he's entitled to saying that. Jack, we miss you. Keith, we miss you. Jason, bro, we definitely miss you, bro. And we got a bolo out for you, buddy. But like I always say, thank you for watching the show. God bless you and good night.
Cue the music.
Peace.
No music today. Sorry.
Exactly.
All right.
Cue an imagination.
Later, y'all.
Okay. And